SML, where absurdity becomes art, and the characters are less people and more walking punchlines. But beneath the puppets and the bad jokes, there's something darker, a rotten core. Let's dissect the 7 deadly sins of SML. Most SML sins are obvious, and none more than Jeffy. This kid's ego could fill a stadium. He's rude, dumb as a brick, yet he thinks he's a gift to the world. He expects everything to be handed to him, whether it's cake over green beans or winning a spelling bee despite, well, not being able to spell.
This? My Xbox? First my PlayStation 4 and now my Xbox? Well, screw you, Daddy!
It's funny because it's true, right? We've all met a kid like Jeffy, the kid who gets praised for nothing, who throws a tantrum and gets their way, who just acts stupid. Jeffy is an exaggerated version, but this problem is real. It's not cute anymore. It's dangerous entitlement. What's even worse is that the Jeffy effect has infected the youth of today. How many kids have you seen at school just going or making weird noises or throwing tantrums? Jeffy is not only the embodiment of these children, but is infecting them with his horrible manners. But does this mean that we should all become Jeffys to get what we want? Well, the next character's sin did just that. He's just an adult this time. Brooklyn guy, the epitome of the grass is always greener. His life's a revolving door of dumpster fire jobs, yet he can't help but compare himself to everyone else. He's worked as everything from a cop to a doctor to a chef and fails spectacularly at all of them. This dude's got a serious case of success envy. Envy's the root of bitterness. It makes you hate what others have. Instead of focusing on what you can build, Brooklyn guy is so busy whining about Mario's house or his job, he never stops to think, okay, what am I good at? Yikes. If you think those sins are bad, buckle up, because the SML sinscape is just warming up. Let's talk about hunger of the monstrous kind. Shrek ain't just an ogre. He's a walking black hole of gluttony. Food isn't fun for him. It's an obsession. He'd eat his own grandma if she was covered in cheesecake. Remember that time he ate cat litter, or when he tried to devour Chef Pee-Pee? The desperation is horrifying and weirdly hilarious. Gluttony's not about being fat. It's about needing more than your share, never being satisfied. That is the sad reality for a lot of folks, and Shrek is the cartoon extreme. Though I gotta wonder, who keeps stocking his fridge? Someone's enabling this monster. All it takes is one watch of a Shrek video to understand Shrek's obsession with cheesecake, donkey, and crapping. He is a glutton for all three and cannot live without them. Mr. Goodman ain't just a landlord. He's a hoarder of wealth, a cartoon Scrooge McDuck. Greed drips off this guy like sweat. He'll fire you in a heartbeat to save a buck, and don't even get him started on the price of rent or Mario's house payment. Mr. Goodman represents a real world evil. Landlords who exploit tenants, companies that pay workers peanuts while the CEO buys another yacht. Think about that the next time you laugh at him for overcharging Mario for just about anything. You gotta wonder, who's profiting off all this? Mr. Goodman's ridiculous life fuels a ton of SML plots. Makes you think about Logan 30acre, the channel's creator himself, doesn't it? Now, Mario's anger is a staple of SML. The dude explodes over the tiniest things. Jeffy, chores, Jeffy, you name it. It's his shtick. And yeah, some of it is dumb funny, but there's an ugliness here too. Mario's got power. He's bigger, stronger than most folks around him. When he lashes out at Jeffy or his loved ones, it's not just a tantrum, it's borderline abuse. You start to wonder, who designs these SML characters' personalities? Why is it always Mario getting tortured and then Mario exploding on others? Does Logan purposely create plots just to egg on Marvin? This makes you think that it isn't just puppet chaos anymore. Every video is just Mario torture and Mario's wrathful reactions. But where is this wrath inspired from? Because it doesn't come out of nowhere. Someone knows firsthand what it's like to be Mario, but who could be behind this? So, is it okay to laugh at Mario's anger, or do we just become part of the problem when we do? Okay, enough serious for a second. From rage, let's turn to the epitome of inappropriate desire. Ladies and gents, I give you Cody Nutkiss. Cody, the walking embodiment of inappropriate desire. This puppet's got some seriously messed up fixations. The whole Ken thing is weird enough. Let's talk about his mom, Judy. Look, every kid loves their mom, but Cody's obsession is off. It's like a warped, childish crush. Kind of thing that gets very uncomfortable very fast the more you think about it. When you really start to think about Cody and his obsession with his mother and his doll, they are almost very, very similar. He lusts after both of them in two very different ways, but also two very similar ways. Black Yoshi ain't lazy. He's achieved the ultimate level of sloth. Work, chores, basic human interaction, all beneath him. The dude exists to eat chicken and yell at Call of Duty. He will do actively anything to avoid work and even views welfare as his path to getting rich. Seems harmless, but think about it. Someone's paying for his endless chicken supply, his games. They're enabling him, and who benefits most from Black Yoshi being a bum? You guessed it, it's Marvin. So, does Marvin want Black Yoshi to stay this way? Is he a useless, addicted man-child puppet for more entertaining? Black Yoshi's sloth is the extreme version of something we all struggle with sometimes. Procrastination, escapism, those moments we just want to shut the world out. But the more you think about it, the puppets aren't the most messed up characters here. The sins they embody, the chaos they cause, it's like a funhouse mirror reflection of who's really pulling the strings. And that, my friends, leads us to the ultimate SML sinner. Logan, the puppet master. We've talked about greed, gluttony, all the ways the puppets are deeply flawed. But Logan is the true embodiment of these sins. He's greedy, exploiting his own creations for cash, often seen flaunting endless amounts of money. Humble is not a word this guy takes seriously. He's wrathful, stoking fights and anger just for views. He feeds into gluttony. Whenever he has something, he just needs more and more and more. He fuels lust. Just look at his cheating scandal. And if you need an example of sloth, one just needs to ask, where is the SML movie? The worst part, Logan knows exactly what he's doing. He crafts a world of chaos where the characters are encouraged to indulge in their worst impulses, all while he sits back and rakes in the money. So who's the real monster here? The puppets or the man who profits from them? That, SML fans, is something only you can decide.